Okay. Afterward, somehow Microsoft come there, 8085, If you are a student of engineering and computer student, so you would not have heard the 8051 in those days. 8080. Afterward 8085, 86, 87. And now all this computer era comes. In 90 or in the 86, 87, I became a lecturer. That time, just in the syllabus, we were also in the Pune music that time. That was this mobile communication block diagram, how mobile will work, ATM, they were introduced. And students were doing the practicals, not practicals, but seminars on the, just I said this artificial intelligence is a recent emerging word. So that time that ATM was or mobile communication or mobile phone was a recent word. That we studied all that. And afterward, all this, no need to say all this invention there. So we come in a computer world. Why this happened? Why this research happened? Because of all our engineering colleges and all the researchers, they are doing their work thoroughly, properly, very heavily in this field. And when we did all that, and actually, what happened there? As I said, this research is going on. So again, it will be directly related to your company production, company and all that, our service sector, placement and all that. So what I want to emphasize here that this research, unless and until this research would not have been carried out, we will all get obsolete or we will not able to do anything here. And this is directly related to when I say this second generation, third generation, fourth generation of the industrial revolution. So now everything is controlled by the computer. And just I said we have this artificial neural network, artificial intelligence, and all this everything come up there, and everything is managed by the computer. And so many things to say here. But suppose when I say the artificial intelligence or that, so how they are connected here? What are the future scope in that? Suppose in the future scope there is computing, hardware processing, the Internet of Things. So many things are there, and they are again in the developing stage now itself. When I say the computing or edge computing or computing platform or your cloud platform. So if you see there, so this is also in the initial stage. And in next stage, next 2 to 3 decades, I think it will be heavily tempered by this sector. And when we do the research, then only that thing will be developed. And when we do the research, we do the work, when all people are involved in that, then only it will be carried out. And then only we will get the good jobs, good placement, good entrepreneurship. So again, just I said in 1980s, or in 87, San Pitroda introduced the C dot. So in that C dot technology, the goes there, and even in one city there would be, I think, only 10 to 15 phones in open city. Now, what would happen? Again, you think only, imagine, it's a wonder. What would happen if that phones will be carried out now in this age and suppose the pandemic after is here? So it's all these so many things to say here. So these are the things to say why the research is important, why this creativity is important, why this innovation is important. It is directly related to your day-to-day life, is our life. That suppose go that medical facility, how medical facility is gone up to the rapidly changing in the remote area and all that. Suppose we remain stuck up with all these factors in 80s or 90s, what would happen here? So just imagine that, and why the research is important, that I want to express you. So there are so many things to say you, but we are having time constraint. So again, I am happy to see that because only the engineering colleges and all this higher technical education, higher education involved in this all these activities. because we are an AICT or APEC body are trying so many things to give you so many things like from SWAYAM, NPTL, so all these things they are introducing. And unless you are not involved in that through this research, it will be again in a way. And why is Korea, Singapore, Japan, these cities, these are very small nations. And as compared to them, our peoples in our India, they are young. And if you involve in this all that, why our who will surprise us to become a superpower? So all these things are related here. So I thanks to all the dignitaries on the stage for coming over here. And again, I thank you very much from my heart of bottom to our beloved managing members, Honorable Vasantaji Shetty, sir, our chairman, Honorable Management, Vice Chairman of our trust, Honorable Honorable Shetty, Secretary of our Honorable Vallabh Shetty, sir, are support by giving the constant support and encourage us to arrange such a events or to they are always saying us do something, sir, do something, sir. So because of unless of their support, we are not able to arrange all these things. So I thanks to them also, thanks to you people, and thanks to our organizer to arrange this program. And I wish this program will be very successful and your future career endeavors will be very impressive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Sawan, sir, to deliver the valuable and knowledgeable comments.
Very good morning to all of you. I think that this subject itself is a problematic one. Because every one of you are serious. Serious by yourself only. Why I can't understand. See, it is such a simple process. Research, innovation, entrepreneurship. All these three words, they are dependent on what kind of mentality we people have. Okay. So please be lighter with your moods. This is nothing. There is also a technique, there is something called as lateral thinking. Lateral thinking is the thought process which is there going on in my mind, in your mind, everybody's mind. And as there are two examples, I think, one of the best, and then we have also seen those research going on. Today also we see a lot of difference. Because for the first time when I had seen a mobile phone, it was such a large one and a huge one. Okay, it was a Nokia case. And now Nokia is no more. I mean, nobody remembers Nokia, one of the largest selling company, mobile phone company. It was probably a very small company for that. At that time, it was 32 rupees per minute to have a talk with somebody. You cannot imagine 32 rupees with that kind of salary. Okay, I'm talking sometime in 1995 or maybe the start of the 21st century, and it was so. Even black and white TV, then it used to be a very large dabba, Okay, and then there was only black and white images. There was no color. And that revolution took place in 1983, and we got a color TV. And that is how we proceeded further. And now, there are a lot of technologies which are happening day one and day night. I could remember to quote one, Mark Twain was a scientist. And he found out that how one of the weakest researchers we people are, we the Indians. And why? Certainly there is reason, I would cite an example. Company Sony. Everybody knows about it, I think. Akio Morita. He was the person who was the forefront of making out that company. At that time, that DVD was such a big thing. It was like a heavy bag. That was a DVD. DVD player, you remember? Might not see. Okay. So DVD player used to be a very huge one. It was not a simple thing to carry. And the same company in 12 years brought a pocket tape recorder. Okay, which was called as Walkman. So people used to carry that in the pocket and then they used to hear it. That was the revolution which took place in 12 years from Sony itself, a company which has had the largest amount of transitions. And today also, if we see that there are many companies coming from Japan and America. Why it is so? And then also from Europe, but not from Asia. Because the mentality of we people is to take care of what is there in our hands and not to think that what can be created in order to have some kind of liberty. And there is a comprehension in our mind always that if I can do it, or he or she thinks in the same manner, whether it is possible from my side or whether it's not possible. See, there are such small examples. No? Bill Gates, he left out his education for creating an OS, operating system. Right? Because there was a computer which came in 1982, but there was not an operating system. So the operating system was made by some other company and the computer was manufactured by somebody else. And now we know that there is a lot of transition in this OS system also. Since I do have a time constraint, I will stick to the time and take just 1 minute or 2 minutes for the sake for you people to understand. Edward D. Bono is a scientist. He brought the concept of 6 hats. आपण कसा विचार करतो या गोष्टीने कुठली हॅट आपल्या डोक्यात बसावी. That was the concept, which is called as lateral thinking. So lateral thinking is a process which is going on in my mind, in your mind, in everybody's mind. But what kind of lateral thinking process takes place, it depends on our mentality. If I am going to find out the solution throughout in my life, then I am always going to get a solution from a problem. If I am thinking about only a problem, then always a problem will reflect in my mind. There will be no solution. Simple hats of different colors to represent your mindset. That's what kind of mindset you people have. If at all you have, there was, I'll tell you an example regarding the, there was, okay, fine, I'll tell you in Marathi. एका बोगीमध्ये रेल्वेच्या बोगीमध्ये एक 5-6 जण खूप सुशिक्षित म्हणजे टेक्नॉलॉजिकल सायन्सेस होते ते बिचारे ते प्रवास करताना रात्रीच्या वेळेला हा प्रसंग त्यांच्यावर ओढवला होता आणि ते विचार करत होते की तो जो लाईट बंद करायचा स्विच असतो ना रेल्वेमध्ये स्लीपर मध्ये झोपताना एका कंपार्टमेंटला एक लाईट असतो तो लाईट तो स्विच खराब झाल्यामुळे तो बंद होत नव्हता चालू राहतो. आता रात्रीची वेळ आपण स्लीपर घेतलेले म्हणजे झोपायला घेतलेले आहे आणि आपल्याला झोपायचंय पण तो बंद होतो. सायंकाळ 15-20 मिनिटं चर्चा करत बसले. एक लहान मुलगा वरच्या स्लीपरवर होता. मुलगा म्हणजे तो ऍक्च्युअली शिकणारा होता बाहेर कुठेतरी शिकत असेल तो पण तो ग्रॅज्युएट होणारा होता. त्याने यांची बडबड वगैरे ऐकली. तो बऱ्याच काळ तो थोडासा झोपला होता आराम करत होता. तर त्याने पाहिलं की या लोकांना एक प्रॉब्लेम येतोय की हा लाईट बंद करण्याचा प्रयत्न ते करतात पण लाईटच बंद होतो. त्याने एक छोटंसं काम केलं. तुम्हाला जर माहिती असेल त्याच्यात एक ब्रॅकेट असतं त्या ब्रॅकेटमध्ये तो लाईट असतो वरती लागलेला. त्याने 2 बोटाने त्या ब्रॅकेटमधनं फक्त लाईट उचलवला थोडासा फिरवला तो लाईट आपोआप त्या ब्रॅकेटमध्ये पडला आणि अंधार झाला. 15 मिनिटं हे 4-5 जण चर्चाच करत होते. त्याने फक्त 2 मिनिटं ऐकलं त्यांचं आणि त्याने हे करून दाखवलं. आता छोट्याशा मुलाची सायकोलॉजी होती ती सायकोलॉजी आपण विचार करू त्या मेंटॅलिटीची आपण बनायचं आणि तसली मेंटॅलिटी आपल्यामध्ये आली पाहिजे. मग खरं हे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप रिसर्च इनोव्हेशन हे शब्द उपयोगाचे ठरतील. अन्यथा काही होणार नाही. आपण आपली वैचारिक प्रवृत्ती बदलणे हाच एक उपाय. There is no other solution to this. If you keep on bounding on yourself, की मला प्रॉब्लेम नाही मला काही समजत नाही पण तुम्हाला जर सोल्युशन दिसले आणि सोल्युशन काढता येत असतील तर म्हणून मार्क ट्वेनने जाता म्हणून टाकले आहे की ही लोक जी आहेत ही ज्या परिस्थितीत आहेत त्या परिस्थितीत समाधानी राहणारी लोक आहेत आणि म्हणून कदाचित रिसर्च इथं पॉसिबल नाही. 1935 साली 1935 चा रिसर्च आला. ठीक आहे. आपण आपल्या ह्या वैचारिक प्रवृत्तीमध्ये बदल घेऊन आणला पाहिजे. दॅट इज द क्रक्स ऑफ द मॅटर. इट इज नीडेड. टुमॉरो your generation may see a flying car also, which doesn't need a road. Or even people may fly also from one town to another town with less of money in your pocket. This can happen because wireless phone was something out of imagination. Earlier, as the principal Levin said, that we were kind of a dabba with a wire there, and then used to call, and then there was a call system. You were not able to directly call to some other town. That was not possible in those days. You have to book something, and then that call used to be transferred, and there were 3 minutes or 6 minutes given to us. So that was a restricted facility which was there. And then there is a transition now. We can call from anywhere else. Okay, this is what has happened, and that is what is research. You're the engineers. You're the people to whom you are going to look that you are going to get a research or an innovation in some kind of thing. Research is not always finding out something very new. If you create something, if something is created, and you, with your best possible thought process, give some convenience to it, it also becomes a research. So research is there in existing things also, and research is something which is finding out altogether a different out of the world. So both are called as research. So need not to worry about it. But then if you face problems, you may find solutions. Finding the solutions is the only creative way of thinking. And that creative thinking is required, that is what lateral thinking. Lateral thinking is the creative thinking. That is possibly you should understand. And that is how you start your mindset. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your lovely words. Now we will try to move on. Innovation segment. So may I request everyone present on stage to inaugurate this national conference, Innovation and Research in Science and Technology. Thank you. Now to give a vote of thanks to all the dynamics and guests. Let me invite the officer of our college, the Mr. Radical Sir.
Yes, yes. All delegates are requested to come forward to take it.
This is second online NCIRST-22 National Conference on Innovation and Research in Science and Technology. In association with Indian Society for Technical Communication and Journal Publication. So, not taking so much time, I would like to have a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries. Take this golden opportunity to thank all respected chief guests. Dr. Dinesha H.A. Sir, she is the founder and director of Cyber Sena India Private Limited, for attending this function and is from this busy schedule. Yes, yes. And thank you. I also extend my gratitude to respected director of Samadhi Institute, Mr. Savant Sir, also Dr. Bhole Sir, Dr. Panman Sir, Dr. Golab Sir, and all HODs, teaching, non-teaching staff members. Also for this national conference, researchers from GJT University, Dr. Rupesh Kumar and the party also joined, and I also thankful to them. I also thank to Borade Sir and his all core team to arrange such a nice program. Also, without all HOD, please come on the stage. All HOD. Electronics and Telecommunication, Borade Sir, Sapode Sir, please come on the stage. Katode Sir. Also, I sincerely thanks to all non-teaching members because of them, we could not arrange this program. We could not have such a nice arrangement of all people sitting arrangement here. And finally, last but not least, because of you people, this program is very great. And also researchers and participants from different institutes, from different colleges. Once again, I thank you one and all. I heartily welcome on the occasion of this national level conference program. Within a short period of time, I'll introduce Dr. Dinesh H.A., who is the chief guest of this national conference. He is a young visionary academician, technocrat and entrepreneur who is serving society through training, research and innovation, also consultation in the field of engineering and technology. He is an IT person and he also founder and chairman of IT industry named as Cyber Sena R&D India Private Limited. Also is various national and international professional memberships such as IEEE, IE, ISTE, CSI, INC, SIT, and IRED. He is a certified trainer of CCNA also. Then virtualization, technology, MATLAB. Also, he served as the Indian Government Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO. And he is also excelled in virtualization technology during his tenure at VMware R&D India Private Limited. He has published more than 75 research papers in national and international journals. He has 15 plus Indian and international patents for his innovation work. He delivered 50 plus keynotes, just like us, and technical sessions. He has worked on many innovative programs in DRDO Pune, Government of India, PE, SIT Bangalore. And currently, under his supervision, there are 2 PhD research scholars that has been awarded, and currently supervising 8 PhD students, research scholars. He had guided more than 25 plus PG and 50 plus UG students projects in different domain of computer science and engineering field. So I thank you and one and all for this occasion, for this national conference on this NCRRT. And I would like to request Dr. Dinesh sir, please continue their session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So Honorable Shalakya family and respected Dr. Anil J. Patil,
Hello.
and
Hello.
General Chairs and Convener, Professor Bush. Yeah. Any issues?
Sir, just 1 minute.
Hello. Yeah.
Please start, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's a keynote, no? So can I share the screen and or is this just a speech you want? Bhushanji? Hello? Can I share the screen, Bhushanji?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, staff members, thanks for the opportunity. Giving in such a great national platform. So I'm going to enlighten with respect to the innovations and the field of science and technology. So
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. There is some technical issue. Yeah, so yeah, let me start the session with respect to the the quote, science and technology are going to be the basis for many of the solution to the societal problem. So this is a basic funda or the code that why this all conference and why we conduct all the research and all. It should, unless otherwise it should solve the societal problem, then there is no meaning out of it. Okay, just for the publication count or just for the completing PhD and all. So the research should not be the the motto. So research should be the motto of solving the societal problem. Okay, so there is a the quote that every once in a while a new technology, an old problem and a big idea turn into an innovation. So either it's a old problem and a new technology, or the old technology or the new problem. So always it's kind of innovation matching. So that is how the innovations takes place. Okay. So the with respect to the agenda of this session, so I'm going to give enlighten with respect to the science and technology, which was used in the ancient system, and also emerging technology in IT engineering innovation. Then importance of the research and how to start a research. Okay, so all these things will be the session agenda. So next, let's start from introduction. So what is research? What is innovation? What is invention? Whether all are same or different. Okay. So how to the focus with respect to the research, innovation, invention, and all those things. So there is a myth or the misunderstanding between research, innovation, invention. Research is required for PhD. Research means researching. Okay, the searching of for a solution, or searching with respect to the design and development and solution, building some model for solving some problem. So that is called research. Innovation is an enhanced idea or enhanced device or method. For example, 2G was there, Symbian operating system was there. Now 3G and up to 6G is evolved. So this is called innovation, version wise version. So when the invention coming to picture, it is completely a new idea, a great idea. When they implemented or innovated aeroplane or bulb or gramophone, so that was a great innovation those days. Now whatever is happening, upgradation, that is just a innovation. Okay, that is the fundamental difference between the research, innovation, invention. So you can't do invention and innovation and ask for the PhD degree, because degree is always focusing on research. Innovation should be patent. Invention should be product. Okay, it should commercialize. So that is how the life is. Okay, the research life is. So discovery means it is an action, a process of discovering which is already exist. For example, we need to discover ancient model, ancient ideas, or ancient the formula. So that is which are already exist. So we are just discovering. So that is a discovery. Okay. So now, so these differences will help us to understand the further points. Now, which are the important thing when the invention comes? Ideation should be done, prototyping should be done, modeling should be done, and simulation. This should be done. Okay. So let us focus with respect to the ancient science and technology. I always started with the quote that old idea and new technology, or the new problem or the whole technology. Always it's a great for good for innovation. Okay. Now let us understand what our ancestor, ancient science and technology was there, how our ancestor had lived. They lived a better life, quality life in all the field, with respect to the medical, with respect to the engineering, with respect to take any subject. So they have a better quality and healthy life compared to what we are doing today. So what was their secret? They had an idea of solar system. They had an idea of medicine. They had an idea of engineering and technology, and they have an idea of all the sciences. Okay. So now let us understand that. Then we think of the modern technology, because modern technology is just making a life simple and fun and entertainment and all those stuff. But it's a fact that ancient science and technology has given wonderful solution in the life. let us just understand, just go back to the previous life and understand. So in the Mahabharata, they have already given a concept of test tube babies. Okay, but today, till today, the medical field is success rate is very less, and it is not at 100% successful. Okay, similarly, artificial limb, chromosome, it's all medical science, medical related. We had already achieved a great thing through our ancestors, science. Okay, so but we are failed to do research. We are not able to do researching of those stuff which are exist in the ancient system. Okay, so this is with respect to the ancient life. And come to the technological and mathematical stuff. So our Aryabhatta has invented zero, and our Aryabhatta ji was a great scientist and is given a stuff for mathematical stuff with respect to the spherical shape, size, diameter, and all those stuff. So he was the scientist we can call those days, and he has given a wonderful picture. And also with respect to the Sanskrit and Nalanda Takshashila University, 700 before Christ. Okay, we call it as a greatest university, and such a wonderful and oldest university of the earth has been made, but unfortunately we lost that. We lost due to this British people, and also with a non-interest of our Indians. And also when come to the Ayurveda, we are a pioneer. When it come to the Siddhanta Shiromani, so when we call it as a we call Isaac Newton is a gravity inventor, but that's absolutely wrong. Bhaskaracharya has given us the formula and gravitation, everything long back ago. Okay, so now come to the civil engineering ancient achievement. When it come to this, when we look at the Kalanai Dam in Tamil Nadu, it is a 2nd century dam, still exists and still it's doing a wonders, and it is spread across 69,000 acres. Okay, in Tamil Nadu state, and it's more than 2,000-year old dam, but still it is helping in the irrigation, and it is helping lot of agriculture. Okay, but unfortunately whatever the dams we constructed in 200 year ago, so that is still that is failing in terms of its reliability and other stuff. But look at this, what was the strength or what was the material, what was the the plan or the load balancing that they used. So that is really a great technology. We need to do research of such technology, then only things will move good way. And we know Europe was the first who invented mechanical clock in the 14th century, and also that is a pendulum clock was invented in 1656. That is all wrong statement. That is what the our great engineers are perceptive. But the fact is, we Indians has invented in before 12th century only. In the one example is Sondialar Konark Sun Temple. It had 8 major and minor spokes, which is going to talk about the complete about the timings and other stuff. Okay, so this is how the civil engineering ancient innovations has been done, and this is how the things have been happening. And when come to the civil engineering, in the Indus Valley civilization, the flush toilets was long back. It was introduced, and so several sums and all the concept and whatever the maintenance, everything they have very well endured. But unfortunately, so we failed to do research of such old ancient technology. Okay, next comes iron pillar in Delhi, which is it is withstood corrosion for the last 6,600 years. Okay, so this is corrosion free till today. It is withstood with the highest quality. But unfortunately, what we construct the building or the apartment, so probably 10, 20, 30 years down the line, it caused a saturation. So where we failed to do research of our old ancient technology. What my suggestion is, you all done a wonderful job today, and you all joined and sitting to understand what the conference theme and research. That's really a proud moment to you all. So dedicate your time and dedicate your time and understand what the technology is. Okay. So this is how the civil engineering ancient achievements are there, but we failed to do a research. What is the strength of those material and all those things? Okay. And when it comes to the drilling technology, so we are the pioneer. You just look at the sharpness of this particular, the stone. Okay. So how it is, it is just millimeters that we are able to put a small, the plant inside that. Okay. That is how the civil engineering in ancient system was evolved. Okay. It's a just 3 millimeter wide hole. Okay. So, but still today it is exists. It is done in 1,000 years ago, but still today it is the capability of the millimeter is still exists. But unfortunately, what we construct in the new building, okay, just in a 5 year, 10 year down, it get a shades. Okay. So this is where we failed to do a research of our old technologies. Okay. Now come to the rocket architecture. Okay. We supposed to utilize the rocket architecture. So many people declared this has been done by aliens. Aliens are none other than our gods. Okay. So they call it as a bad word, bad meaning of aliens. Okay. How this temple has been constructed, how the rocket architecture and the technology they have been used in Kailasa temple. So today for cutting a small granite, so we will entire the flooring will they destroy. Okay, so this is where the technology comes, but we failed to do a research of our ancient technology. Now look at the Ajanta caves. So inside the Ajanta caves, the paintings are rocket sculpture are describing the finest surviving example of ancient art. Okay? But whatever that we are using, maybe any good company or the big MNCs, though it long last, it cannot be long last more than 10 years. Okay. So what was the technology they used to make that painting for preparing a sculpture? Okay. So that is again the strength of material, strength of items that we need to do a research for using our ancient science and technology. Let us come now to the Taylor series, sine, cosine series that we learned in the mathematics, which has been implemented or invented by Madhvacharya long back. Okay. So similarly, Madhvacharya has given, Leibnizian power series pi regarding pi values and all those stuff. But we still today, we give credits to foreigners. That is where we are failing. Okay. Because we failed to do research. We are still struggling for a life of settling, so we failed to do research. Okay, Bhaskaracharya and Brahmagupta, Aryabhatta, all these great people have been worked on so many geometric and gravitation and all those stuff, but so we were not understood that because our curriculum never added such things. That is a failure. So we need to do a research of our ancient system. Okay. Next, come to the in India. So pi value has been calculated by Boundayana. Okay, and Maharshi Sushruta is the father of surgery. 2,600 years ago, though they have been invented such technique, and anesthesia. So was the our Indian the technique for over one surgical were doing a surgery. Sushruta was given anesthesia. Okay, and he had a formula of that. Everything was written in the history, but we failed to do a research. Now look at this, innovation. This is in a Brodeshwara temple. So it's a world first granite temple. Okay, it is a 80-ton piece of granite has been kept on the top of this temple. But what type of shifting, what type of technology they used to balance that particular load and also shifting such a 80-ton piece of granite to on top of that. Okay, is it elephant can do? No, elephant cannot do, because not even 60 or 100 elephant also if you use, it is difficult to do that. Okay, so these all are the technology or the sciences are available, but we fail to do a research. Okay, So research is pretty much important. Okay, and so this is very, very, very essential. Okay, and when it comes to the diamond, so one of the Kohinoor diamond was called as a so great and the priceless, and but still we are failed to keep it with us, and it is now with Queen Victoria and Elizabeth. Okay, so all this why I'm telling, we are yet to, because we are looking ahead, understanding a computer, mobile, laptop, and all, but the basic science research, basic science innovation, technological research, innovation, all on this particular ancient system only. We are Vishwagurus. Indians are Vishwagurus, and we have a lot of technological aspects, but we fail to do a research. So congratulations to you all, but you are focusing on science and technology for the first time, because I have been observing conference theme is always particularly technical oriented, cyber security, cloud computing, and thermodynamics like that. But so basic, you are giving a broad picture of science and technology. I must appreciate that. Okay, and this is how we need to understand science and technology. So you have done a wonderful job. And now come to the few of the enlightened. So it's the velocities of the light. This all comes in the science of it. So and Saturn planets, space, ultraviolet band, infrared, nuclear energy, black holes. Take anything. We were great because earlier wars were, the one war Ashoka fight was really historical. So what kind of weapons or nuclear energy they used, all those things was really memorable and historical. But we failed to do a research at what the defense technology or the weapons they used and they found. Okay, so this is how the ancient achievements coming to picture. Okay, robot, take anything, aeroplanes, atom. The first Ravana Pushpaka Viman was of Ravana, was invented by our own the science only. Okay, so all these things are pretty important for research with respect to the science and technology. When it comes to the medical science in ancient India, plastic surgery, cataract surgery was invention of our Sushruta, a physician. It's the third century. Okay, the cataract surgery was performed by Jabamukhi Salaka. Okay, so they use that particular item equipment for making cataract surgery. Okay, but unfortunately, America and Brazil are filing for the patenting and taking a credit that this was their invention or something bad myth or bad perception. Okay, so anything, any doubts? Excuse me, any doubts? Okay, thank you. And next, come to the electricity. So electricity, where our ancient people, our science, Agastya Samhita, was told, okay, Samstapa, Momanta, Pantra, Tamrapatra, Susankrutam. So this is what the slogan they written. This slok was representing the formula of identifying the electricity. So where we lagged, we were not being facilitated as such material during our study. Correct. So maybe now we need to work on that line for a research. So these electrical engineers, if we give a project to our own student, they will do innovation research on this particular topic. And so this is how they derived. This is how they made experiment. Okay. So they used mercury, zinc powder, okay, and wet dust, copper plate, and CuSO4. It's called the other pot or madike. Okay, so using such thing, they were able to produce the electricity when they were in ashrama. Okay, this is a formula of science they used. Okay, and they written in the this particular shloka. Sanskrit. Sanskrit was the coding language like Java, C++. Sanskrit is not a for a communication. It is mainly for coding. Okay, it's a God written language. It should be using for coding only. Okay, so the formula, everything is Sanskrit with respect to the ancient technology. Okay, so that is where we fail to understand what was earlier, and what we missed is all it's there in our what the library has been burned. Okay, and still it is there in temples and all, but they are using it for just worshipping and not for realizing. So all these things to be materialized in science and technology for making the India proud, and also the next generation should focus on that. So far I had given with respect to our medical and science and technology with what they used in the ancient system. But now let us focus with respect to the IT engineering innovation. What are the IT engineering innovations? So first thing, let us understand data science, artificial intelligence, 3D image, augmented reality or virtual reality, 5G, 6G, which are there, and cyber security, forensic. These are all the emerging technology with respect to the IT. If our student understand any one of these, that means they are good and they will be employable, and they will be hired by software industry. Anyone they should know in deep, but they should know everything with respect to the knowledge. Okay, that is called T-learning. Horizontally, they should know all this topic, but vertically they should be expert in one or two topics. That is what we recommend. Okay, that is with respect to the emerging technology in engineering and innovation. Next comes what are the data science innovation? So what is the real-time data processing and analytics? Okay, so take anything these days. Business is depends on the decision. So what the decision comes under the analytics. Okay, so for taking any business decision, the software analytics is must. It could be anything, whether stock market, fake news detection, video classification, human action recognition, medical report generation, email classification, sound classification, credit card fraud detection, sign language, class of power prediction, road traffic, celebrity, store sales prediction, detecting diseases. All these things comes under the data science only, because we have a data, but we fail to do engineering with respect to the data. So we have a huge data with respect to social media, with respect to the technology, but we failed to understand the analytics. And so that is the reason now analytics is in boom. Every student will get a job in analytics. In the market, shekada, so 70%, okay, 70% of the opportunity are in data science. Okay, so now artificial intelligence and machine learning. Here, mechanical, computer science, electronics, all the branch, students can be employable in this particular domain. Artificial intelligence and machine learning domain is one which facilitated employment for engineering of mechanical, computer science, electronics students. Okay, so this is how the things comes into picture. Okay, so next, 3D Pro image processing. 3D image processing applications. So here in the medical field, so processing of 3D image is really important, because earlier 2D system was used, but there is a accuracy mistake. So to understand accurately, the 3D is very much inevitable, and it must be taken care. Now 3D image processing has a wide opportunity for research, for technology, and for understanding the stuff, and also so with respect to the employability. Okay, so 3D image processing applications are very much important, should focus. Okay, next comes augmented reality. Okay, where every teaching, because of the COVID, we were migrated ourselves a teaching learning process to the online, and every student and teachers are dependent on online, where the learning was reduced just because of the not reality stuff. So now augmented reality in teaching, it takes over widely. because whatever we want to represent the concepts and the technology, augmented reality can do better. That is how augmented reality is into the market, and that is where the augmented reality will give employability and also a research platform. Okay, and next comes to the virtual reality learning. Okay, with respect to the learning, so virtual reality taking a complete market where the students or anybody who want to learn, this is a very good platform, virtual reality. So that is where more research can be done, and also more employment of opportunity for students. So this is one of the technology innovation one has to be focused. Okay, next, 5G. 5G is now getting into the market. Many mobiles are also 5G enabled. Okay, so this is with respect to the 5G, and 6G is going to be value in the market because of the environmental issue, and also the pollution control board has been stopped it. So 6G is like this. Evolutions are there; it's continuous. But only thing is, what we have to look at the technology aspects is the research for helping the society in such a way that without troubling the environment and the existence. Okay, so that is how the research should be. So there are a lot of scopes with respect to the 5G and 6G, but that should be immediate. By the time you release the 5G thesis, 7G or 8G should not be in the market, so that your thesis will reject. So always research should be in a speed. It should be appreciable with respect to the time as well. Okay, so that is how the 5G is coming to picture. Okay, so with respect to the 6G, many research is undergoing, and also the employability is starting in the international level. So we students and the researcher can focus on 6G as well. Okay, next come to the cyber security and blockchain. So this is one of the key area in the IT system where the security is very much important. Even if the security is breached, so we need a forensic investigation for identifying stuff of security. Okay, so this is how the cyber security and blockchain is came into the market, and it is in the need of the hour. Many engineers, more than 2 million engineers are going to hire, especially in cyber security and forensic field. This is how it is very important. Under that, ransomware, data breach, browser security, email fraud, and phishing, wishing, mobile SIM, ATM card cloning, social media security, all these things plays a major role that has to be, these are the key area under cyber security. One has to work on in future, and because of the lack of security, the market is looking for the security expert, because the coding testing is already absolute. There are plenty of available engineers are available with respect to the coding and testing part, but unfortunately we want a cyber security experts or consultant where they will get a security and other stuff. Okay, this is how the cyber security and blockchain. Next comes in the research importance. So far we understood cyber security, 6G, 5G, virtual reality, and augmented reality. These are all 3D image and artificial intelligence, data science. All these things are the emerging technologies in IT engineering innovation. Okay, now so we understood the ancient technology, we understood the the latest technology, but now we need to understand importance of research. What is the importance of research? Okay, so importance of research states, first, it is a source of professional knowledge. It is a source of professional knowledge. Next, it states it is a special significance in solving problems of society, business, and industry. Okay, so research required to find answer, solutions, wise taking a wide decision, and commercial benefits. Institution branding depends on the research that we focusing. Okay, that is next. Yeah, so recognition of individual will increase when research coming to picture. Student gets R&D, infrastructure, exposure guidance, projects, internship, quality learning. Quality learning will happen when the research coming to the institution. So one professor, there was a day it is dedicated for only teaching, but now that professor is now market is expecting that professor to give a consultation with respect to the society problem and research guidance, project guidance, and also a kind of grants and infrastructure building and branding of the organization. All these things lies on the professors only. Okay, that means not assistant professor. Professor means it's a lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor, professor. All together, the teaching fraternity should focus on research because that is the need of the hour. What is there in textbooks? It's many notes, text material, learning materials are available in YouTube and Google. But we need to coordinate the course. That's it. Along with the coordination of a course, we need to focus on research and student quality learning by means of creative thinking and innovative projects, etc., etc. Okay. So now the professional piece will definitely lies on this research. If you are continuously in touch with the research, definitely you are going to achieve wonders. So there is a formula. I'm almost come to the ending stage. With the ending stage, I'm just giving you two formula. What are the P's and E's formula? What is P's formula? So number of P's, number of E's, how much we should earn in the life. Okay. So here, professional piece lies in many P's. It may be a promotion. Yes, of course, if you get a good promotion, we'll be in peace and we'll be in luxury life, or at least in the sophisticated life. But getting promotion, you need to work on PhDs, publications, patents, products, proposals, project grants, and your own profile and your own proficiency. Unless you have a proficiency profile and projects and the publication, PhD, you can't expect the promotion. This is the universal truth. So the professional piece lies in these P's. Otherwise, life is peace. So that is where the concepts come into picture. So we need to focus on such formula so that our life will be in peace. Now, every organization needs a ease. What is ease? Organization, before hiring any person, they will look at the education qualification, whether you are MTech, PhD or not. So the educations are pretty much important for hiring. Okay. And second thing is obviously experience. Okay. So experience. So what kind of, how many years relevant experience you have, how much. So experience will not come just like that. We need to start working. Working is the source of experience. So even though it is not our responsibility or roles, we have to work for experience. Okay. So freshers might not be having experience, but fresher has to work on some project for showing it as an experience. Okay. So this is how my message to all the research fraternity. One has to be educationally good and experience wise, and he has to show energy or enthusiasm for working environment, that he can do or so and so work, and he has so and so working and all those things. So then only he will be able to get the exposure. And even if we have experience, education, energy and exposure, if you fail to execute properly, then again it's a failure only. One has to have the execution skills along with the exposure, energy and education and all those things. So this is how the number of E's will work out. Okay. So we have to start do a research with respect to the P's as well as E's. Okay. So this is my conclusions with respect to that. And how to start a research. The first, maybe you are all now enlightened with respect to research importance and the need of the research. Now the question is how to start a research. Research can be started by based on your your brain interest. For example, look at your marks card, which subject you scored well, which subject you understood well. Again, the subject understood depends on the good faculty. Those who taught us subject. So because of out of the emotional and also the comfortability or frequency match, we will be in love with some subjects or techniques. So that only you take it, as a positive and work on that. Work on that. Identify top 10 R&D labs, industries, products, patents, journal publishers, forums, researchers, authors, experts in that topic. Make a list of the table. Then you be in touch with them. You join the conference or the domain of that particular topic. Then you start exploring. That is how the research can be started. Okay. So idea generation, prototyping, analyzing, designing are very, very important with respect to the research. Okay. So what are the, if you have small idea, you work on that, start to work on it, play with the model, talk to people about it. It may be advisor, fellow students, or visitor, or anybody. Okay. And work it as simple as possible. Okay. Do not try to make a realistic, because we can add stuff later. Must we model it, and just do a pilot testing. Then you will be able to do a research. When you struck, that means you have a shortage of knowledge. So read it, research it, then you go further. Okay. So this is how the research can take place. And when to publish. So people are thinking that only after success we can publish the paper. That's the wrong perception, because even we can publish when there is a failure in the research, because next researcher will not do that failure, or again he will not read on the same work. Okay. So that is the message for all the publishers. So whether it's success, failure, or moderate, anything, you please publish it, so that your publication count and confidence will increase. So it will be great to start a research. Okay. Next, how to start invention or innovation. So it is a very important question. Research is lies on your interest, but the invention and innovation should be based on patents only. Start searching the recent patents, white papers of the industries. Okay. And so the whatever the science and technology innovations are coming, every day you start reading that and be a part of that particular forum, so that you will be getting the updates on technology invention or innovation. So your mind will work on that innovation. For invention and innovation, do not look at the research paper. The more appropriate is the patents. You need to look at the patents and the white paper. Then the invention or innovation starts. Okay. So with this, I'd like to conclude the session. Any doubts or anything, is for platform will be open. Okay. So my conclusion is, where there is a will, there is a way. Okay. Where there is a will, there is always a way. So utilize that, and please keep on working. Here you can see ant is taking a stick out, and the plant is growing in the small brick places, and the person is targeting even after a long distance walk is targeting hill. So you should focus on the hillside. So this is how the brief enlightenment with respect to the research and technology. Thanks for the opportunity and the coordination and recognition. So any support from my side for the organization, as the director of Cyber Sena, I am ready to give you internship or idea of many projects and student projects. So, and also with a good remuneration or a student rewards. So this is what I can offer to your student and your this thing. So feel free to be in professionally touch, and any time you are you're free to disturb or call or anything. Okay, this is how myself. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to all the Shalaka family G and institution, Samartha group of institutions, and Bhushan Bharade ji. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you once again, sir, for joining today's webinar and giving the valuable speech. What are the various researches which are related to in various domains? So once again, thank you, sir. for you joining. And we have gathered here in a seminar hall, and here is now more than 100 students are joined for this keynote speech, and some of people are joined for online also. So thank you once again on behalf of Samartha Group of Institutions, College of Engineering. Okay, thank you once again, and we will stop here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah.